I'm I'm honestly at a point where I'm just more I'm just more deflated and sad than anything else. I'm very upset, truthfully. Unfortunately, I let this team dictate my mood as much as I do. And it's got to the point where I'm just straight up disappointed. I don't understand what the fuck this is anymore. I really don't. It just you go into every game with the expectation they're going to find a way to lose it. And it's the worst feeling in the world. It genuinely is the worst feeling. I won't deny it. I put money on the Mariners tonight. I profited tonight. Couple strikeouts for Castillo. Mariners money line since they were somehow the underdogs going into the game. And a Cal Raleigh hit. Huh. I undersold what I could have done, to be honest with you. Could have bet on a Cal Raleigh nuke. Could have bet on a couple hits for Garver. Or a hit for Garver, rather. But either way, I'm just I'm very disappointed in this team for allowing this season to spiral as much as it is. Like at first it was just anger. Now it's just sad. It's really sad when the ballpark is filled every single night and they're just letting this thing slip away. The Brewers, if they did not have absolute magic in them tonight, the Mets would be out of a playoff spot tonight. Just let that sink in that the Milwaukee Brewers coming back from a 8-run deficit or whatever it might have been saved the Mets from being out of a playoff spot. It's sad. Sad that this team sold off to the Cardinals and they are closer to being what the Cardinals are than being with their peers in the wild card. Because the Mets have 64 wins, the Dodgers and Cubs have 68, the Cardinals have 61. They are closer to the Cardinals than their wild card peers. Because they just find ways to lose every night. And I knew the second Ryan Helsley ran out of the bullpen, I knew that they were going to lose this game. I knew when they took the lead they were going to lose the game, honestly, not to sit here and parade that I'm right because I want to be wrong, but it's just the fact that we're going into these games and we're watching these games with the expectation of how do they fuck it up and what are they going to do to fuck it up tonight. That's how the attitude is at the moment, unfortunately. And in the first inning, I mean, it starts. Sean Manaea, he needs to just go get his surgery now. Like I'm at a point where I don't care that he gave 5 innings, 4 earned runs, 7 strikeouts. The velo is down. He looks so cooked right now. Whatever that loose bone is or whatever, just go get it cleaned up now, man. It's not gonna happen, but he might as well. And it's just sad because Lindor continues to be on fire. Home run in the first inning. RBI hit in the second inning. Home run again in the fourth inning. And what I talk about on the podcast, it's scary that Lindor is heating up and they are still losing games. Because last year, they lived and died by what Lindor did. And now, they can't even get these wins. And it goes very under the radar, but Alvarez, I mean, he saved another rant that I was going to go down because once Castillo was out of the game, you would think it's illegal for, and it still remains somewhat true because they hit off of the Mariners' worst reliever, probably, which congratulations, I guess. Um, but it's like Castillo leaves the game and they can't do anything offensively until the Mariners put in their worst reliever because they were up by as many runs as they were. Like, I don't know if this team knows it, but they're allowed to hit off of good pitchers. So I can't even sit here and say, you know what? They scored 9 runs. The positive is the offense, which sure, you could sit here and say I'm an asshole. You could say that I'm nitpicking. I don't care. Lindor, sure, he's heating up. I'll sit here and sing his praises in that regard. But for the rest of them, it's like, where were they? Especially once Castillo left the game. Where was the offense outside of when Jackson Coher came into the game? And then this bullpen. Tyler Rogers, all right, he was going to give up a run at some point. But Ryan Helsley, oh my goodness. Ryan Helsley stinks. I knew from the first 2 pitches that he threw this wasn't going to go well. And the fact that Alvarez had to keep warning him about the pitch clock, it's like, what is going on here? And then Brooks Raley, the one night, you can't make it up, hasn't allowed a run the entire season, even though it's a small sample size, I know. Hasn't allowed a run the entire season. And then tonight, while they have the lead, what do you know? What do you freaking know? They'd use 3 relievers in that 7th inning. Stanek of all, out of everyone, was the one that got them out of that. And then Frankie Montas had the pitch, which that was the white flag right then and there. It's just, it sucks. I just don't even understand anymore. I can't comprehend this shit. But this is what it is. Bad teams find ways to lose. And I think we're at the point where you could say this is a bad baseball team. I do not give a flying fuck what the record was at one point. I genuinely do not care. Because how many times were we pointing out the flaws when they were winning games too? Because it was constantly winning games by 1 run, winning games maybe by 2 runs, hanging on for dear life. It just wasn't sustainable baseball, and it's showing. Just they're not a good team. And I'm very disappointed in David Stearns. I'm very disappointed. Because how has no one lost their job over this stretch? How do you lose now 14 in your last 16 and not make some sort of firing to your coaching staff to send a message? And his offseason moves, they look worse and worse as the days go on. I'm very disappointed in him. For a guy that we all talked about and how last year things went right with the moves that he made and how he seemed just so smart with everything. Very disappointed. I just again, I don't get how you don't make any sort of change right now. What more do you need to say? Do they need to fall out of a spot? Do they need to sink to below 500? Like, what needs to happen for something to give? I'm not upset with him for the deadline. That's not where I'm what I'm saying. I'm upset with him because how do you not fire anyone right now? I'm upset because his offseason looks like a disaster. I praised him for the deadline. I did. I don't blame him. And no, you're good. But I don't blame him for Helsley pitching like shit right now. Which, sure, people are pointing now to the fact that there are warning signs with Helsley that he was constantly putting base runners on and he was due for a couple of bad outings and implosions. Sure, if you want to sit there and say that, go ahead. But I'm just more mad because, again, starting pitching this offseason needed to be addressed. And what he did just doesn't look good right now. And again, I mean, the thing that I'm most disappointed in him by is not firing someone. Like, forget the offseason. If you're upset about the deadline, forget about that for a second. How does someone not get fired? Like, that's where I'm the most frustrated with him right now. This is the point, is that it sends a message. Will it work? I don't know, but it's better to try something. And you know what? If you fire Chavez and Hefner today, and this team sulks about it, then you have your answer that you have a player problem too. I'd rather find the answers than continue to just prolong this bullshit. And again, just like I said now, if nothing changes, then you have a player problem too. Thank you, Eric. We just gotta fire the hitting coaches for sure. Look how garbage the offense has been for years. And that's the problem. It's years of data to show that this hitting coach is incompetent. Years. And ever since that Twitter thread got posted by Mets Analytics the other day, it is so much more obvious the issues. I mean, even tonight, like Lindor's first home run, opposite field. And I get it, a home run's a home run, but opposite field. Francisco Alvarez's home run, middle of the plate, opposite field. And again, if this is the case, then those guys got to go. then I don't care about Pete Alonso being here his entire career. He's got to go if he's going to cry about Chavez getting fired. If Eric Chavez means that much to Pete Alonso, then I don't want you back. If you are that upset about something that's supposed to help change the team. But Hefner too. Hefner needs to go also. I'm tired of him. What pitcher has been here for a long time and had success under Jeremy Hefner? David Peterson, maybe. I'm exhausted with him. Mendoza said the talent thing again. He said talent yet again. And he said, bottom line, we've got to start playing better, especially when you get the lead. You've got to shut those games down. Too much talent back there. They're going through it right now. Like I said last night, I'll show you right where to shove that talent. Oh my god, I'm like going to put my head through a wall if I have to hear there's too much talent one more time. Just stop saying it. Like I get nothing he says is going to please us right now, but stop saying the talent thing. I would appreciate, you know what I would appreciate from him? I would appreciate him saying, "We're playing like shit right now and we need to be better." Like something other than the talent thing. Like I just am so tired of hearing that same line. I don't give a fuck about the talent. Results. I would appreciate if he went to the Gerard Gallant route and said, "We have talent. That doesn't mean anything if you're not going to play the right way, and we need to play the right way." How about that? That would get that would get me going. That would make me feel better. He's never going to say that though. I mean, he's too much of a happy-go-lucky, friendly guy to say that. But I would really freaking appreciate if he just came to the podium or came to the table, whatever you want to say, and said, "Yeah, I know I've said we've got talent, but doesn't mean damn thing. You're not gonna play the right way." Yeah, he learned from Boone. Mendoza giving Doug Peterson vibes. I would argue Doug Peterson. I don't know. Would I argue Doug Peterson's better? I don't even know. Again, I get it. I get he's not going to say anything that is going to make me happy right now or any of us happy, but I would appreciate something other than the talent line. Like, find a new thing to say if you're going to do the happy go lucky bullshit. Just say something else because I'm going to actually put my head through the damn wall. And yeah, this is true. This is 100% right, CJ or CG. This is completely accurate that if the talent's there, then why are they not executing? Coaching. But nope, we don't want to make changes to the coaching staff. No, we're good. Well, we don't want to get better. We don't want to send a message to our group. All right. I'm wrapping things up here. Thank you everyone for watching.